Well, things are happening. Look like they're putting a new five-a-side court over there. I'm assuming that's old Santa Elena on this section of the hill. But somewhere around here, the Santa Cruz area or subdivision starts to take effect. I think they need to come take care of these manholes, secure them. It's way overdue. This is the backside of the Santa Elena Library. It's really important that you invest in yourself. Reading is fundamental and critical. Work is happening. Looks awesome. Trying to be respectful and not capture the guys. So this is the Santa Elena site for the new preschool, right next to the library. Oh, that fence is pretty high. I gotta learn to keep their balls down level. So this is the whole Santa Elena section. This is, regardless of who you are, if you need assistance, this is a Santa Elena police station, substation. You can check them out for your home improvement needs. So you have the Puma gas station. If you're in the area, you have Belize Bank ATM right there available. This is Kaya District, Santa Elena, the twin tongue of San Ignacio and Santa Elena. This is a George Price Highway. So this section here is known as Chinatown. I think they have your online access for your gamers, and you got food right next door, and then you have food again next door, and then you have one of the famous woodwork shop here. That's a George Price Highway up there. So if you take this all the way up and you make a right hand turn, that will dip you back out onto the George Price Highway. From that point over here, you're about, in a car, maybe a minute and a half max to the Santa Elena roundabout, which would be the Lumalus Boulevard. That would push you towards Belmopan, or you can make a left hand turn onto Lumalus Boulevard, and that will empty into the Santa Elena Bridge going to San Ignacio, Benqueviejo, Socots, Bullet Tree, well, Benqueviejo, Socots and beyond. I'm taking a different route. I'm gonna take another side street. The entire area that I'm in, this is the new Santa Elena subdivision and expansion and growth. At one point this was all farmland. I'm saying 30 years, 35 years ago, this was a cattle ranch, and it did have a section where they had I think they also had fruit trees and stuff on it as well. And I think maybe once the farm, at one point the farm was in decline, So it also ended up having a hidden trail. So I'll come out in that section and highlight where Red Creek, Shaba, or Hot Point is at, and highlight from there. It used to be a pecado or a foot trail that would lead to the Macal River. There's a little corner store right there. Support local. So 25 years ago, that right there was one of the 25-30 years, that was one of the main dominating structure in this area. Because then this section here, there was nothing else back here. This section, yes, was slowly being cultivated and grew. This is the Santa Elena Clinic. If you need assistance, you can check them out. Look like they reopened it. So this is the backside. All those buildings up there, that was the stretch of land from Chinatown, which would be like 2 minutes back in the video. Roughly, this was an open stretch of road, let's say 30 to 35 years ago. And then right over here where you have the new flag, or all three flags as a landmark, that was the starting point for Red Creek. This is the new location. Well, it's not new anymore, but this is the new location for the Santa Elena Elementary School. A little history buff and backtracking: when you come up to the Harksworth Bridge, coming from San Ignacio, there's a high school over there. That was the old location where this school was at one point. The reason why I was saying that, because the school, right down the center of the school, was the pecado or the foot trail that you would use to hike through the bush, the little jungle at that time, which would be 35 plus years, to get into Santa Elena. Because this section over here, this was, you know, like a high bush line, but some of the families that live on the main road, which, as you can see, the main road is right down there. So a section of this was like private property or leased land that belonged to families that live over here in Red Creek. So where that car is up in the distance over there, part of that will be the trail. So where their students are, from there coming into some of these homes right here, coming out, the trail would lead out as you go. So like back of these properties, so between the midway point of these properties, it would go and lead down directly down the center of the elementary, and then you would hike out and come out. You could come out like one street down from where the Santa Elena Sport Complex is at. So all that over there is Santa Cruz, and then as you push in that direction, that's Santa Elena. I'm saying maybe Santa Cruz might start like somewhere from here where my fingertip, and then go to the left. It's a cute gate. I remember the trail because I used to get lost in it too. I think they showed me twice, and the third time I tried on my own and I got kind of stuck and lost. That's the postal office right over there. I came this route for this specific reason right here. They're currently opening up right now. You see, they have plenty of parking. This is the active Santa Elena Firehouse. coming up on the Lomalus Boulevard. So one section of this street was the fence line, and all that over there was a part of a cattle farm, cattle ranch. You can explore the Aguada, it's back there on your right as you drive towards the Santa Elena Bridge and San Ignacio and beyond. So now I'm slowly crawling towards the roundabout, slowly entering Red Creek / Hot Point. You have ATM over there. Morning, sorry. So you have the Heritage Bank over there and the Shell gas station. They're all in the same parking lot along with Caribbean. So at one point where the gas station is at and all these buildings over here, it was just open lot. As I have stated, over here was a cattle section. And this was the this house was the last house on this street, and I think this house was just a tad bit farther back on the property, and it was on stilts. Where this property or this supermarket is at, that was an open lot for a long time. Next house was that green one that my finger is blotting out. The last house, we're talking about roughly 30 plus years ago, will be right where my finger is blotting out. Then coming up here, all this was a part of the cattle ranch, going all the way back down towards Santa Elena Bridge. Now how far it went back, I don't know, and I think two families at that point owned this strip of land that was a cattle farm. I think one of the family in farther back was Vera, and I'm not 100% of the other family that was owning the other section that was up front. So the next property would be right where my finger is at. There's a concrete house there now, unpainted, cinder block house. From there on down to the bridge, you had Wagner. I think they were down by the bridge. I think they might still be there. You had I Feel. I think Leslie would be on this side. James. I'm missing one other family. I think Wait was down there too. And then I think Miss Damania, where this gas station, that was her. Wait, straight that. I don't think it was Miss Damania. My bad. It's been a while. Why I'm going back down memory lane or doing this is because I found out something about this property right here. So I found out that my grandfather was originally from Santa Elena, and him and his wife, they own these lots right here, these two lots right here. In old Santa Elena, he had, I think, two more, could be maybe 2 or 3 more house lots. I might have them wrong, but it would be on the outskirts of the subdivision where Carrillo Puerto is. It will be on the right hand side of that. And I also found out that he was somewhere located and as well in a section that's known as Trapeach. Saying that because I grew up all my life, I love history. I grew up all my life believing that he was from a village that I think it's like a 30-minute drive away from here. It's between Unitedville and Georgeville, and we also was under the notion that he is from Baking Pot or Central Farm, but then I found out that that's not accurate either. And then from where the bus stop is over there, where my finger is blotting out, to here, That's also my family as well. So we work for likes, comments, and shares. Also remember to subscribe to the channel, forward and share it. So I kind of found out that I could trace my roots back to Santa Elena via my granddad. Santa Elena have amazing, wonderful things to offer. Actually, the first nightclub Tequila is down there on the George Price Highway on the left. In Red Creek, in Hot Point as well too. Open fire pit kitchen. So it can proudly state and boast that we have 2 high schools in Santa Elena too. One of them is down there in Old Santa Elena, just about 30 seconds away from the Hawksworth Bridge. I would be walking, I would say, maybe 45 seconds max. And that's the second high school. And then off in the distance, that's San Ignacio. Then the first high school is Eden High School, and it's right there. A facelift there.